Hi everybody, welcome to this week's segment. I wanted to do a very special segment dressed in some of my very non-standard clothing to emphasize a point. Now this is all about your routine and whether or not you're taking steps to get out of it. So for many of us, regardless of whether or not there was COVID, we probably had a routine that we stuck to from Mondays to Fridays. Unless, of course, you're an entrepreneur and you have a better grasp of your own time. You probably get used to wearing a certain type of clothing, and as I had previously done a segment on, we should always assess our wardrobe. So I'm dressed in a way that I typically wouldn't dress because I'm getting ready for dance class. And one of the things that we emphasize when we dance is the need to get into character. Now that's a huge challenge for me, and I realize that my clothing and my attire often affects my mindset. So for you, if you are used to a certain routine, for example, it's going to the office, getting up at a certain time, dressing a certain way, and then on weekends, you just completely lay back and you're in sweats. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having that routine. However, if you put in the effort to change it up every once in a while, perhaps put on different shades of makeup, perhaps using different types of accessory, and just getting out there and allowing yourself to vibrate differently, allowing yourself to send off a different energy, the things that you will be attracting back into your life will be different. Now, when I say attracting, I'm not necessarily referring to the attraction that exists between two genders. I'm actually talking about the law of attraction. Now, this is something that many of you may have heard if you've read the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And if you haven't, it's a classic that was published in 2006 and recommended by Oprah on her TV show. And that was actually when I first came into contact with the concept. Over the years, I've applied it to my life and I'm recognizing amazing results. So what I'm really trying to emphasize is it's okay if you feel slightly uncomfortable in what you're wearing, if it's outside of your comfort zone, because that is a sign that you're growing and it's a sign that you're making attempts to do something that you haven't done in the past. So one of the things that my kid emphasized for today is I'm not allowed to get on the train looking like this, but I'm allowed to get on camera looking like this as long as I cover up later. Is there anything wrong with the way I'm dressing? Well, I guess depending on what part of the hemisphere you live on and also how open-minded society is, there could be absolutely nothing wrong with the way I'm dressing. And I'm trying to highlight a point as well, which has everything to do with the fact that if you are uncomfortable in stepping out of your routine, the ability for you to change your life is also going to lessen. Because we are often repeating patterns, not just in our minds, but in our life, without even recognizing it. Our subconscious mind is leading us to repeat patterns, and it actually diminishes our growth. And you'll recognize when you're not growing because you'll look back on, let's say, 6 months, 2 years, maybe even 5 or 6 years, and realize that, wait a minute, I haven't done much that's allowed me to grow as a person. Maybe the knowledge that I wanted to accumulate hasn't been there, or maybe the skill that I've been trying to refine isn't there. So aside from applying yourself to your hobbies, which I'm sure all of us have, the question is, how else are you getting out of your comfort zone? For me, it's dressing up a certain way. And some days I love it, some days I don't like it so much, but I push myself to do it anyways. And I recognize that every time I do, it actually uplifts me. So that's it for this week. I can't wait to speak to you guys again next week, and I hope you guys have a fabulous week ahead. Speak again soon. And don't forget to click subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and click like if you're watching on Facebook. Thanks, guys. Bye.